To Be an Adventurer, authored by Gail Vaughan, narrated by Gail Vaughan. Chapter 8, The Boy of the Flaming Lords. Rota was led outside by the young boy. The Flaming Lord began fiddling with the map, though Rota couldn't care less, as he had something else on his mind. Is Rungar lying to me? Didn't our talk over the fire mean anything? He seemed like such a good, well-meaning guy. Much more heroic than I am. He was fighting for his hometown. Maybe he's hiding something from me, or misleading me. In a way, doesn't that make him just as bad as the old man? The old man that sent me on a mission to hunt an animal in a dangerous forest? No, Rungar's not like that. He's the only person since my dad's death to make me think of my future at all. My story. A million thoughts raced through Rota's head. He couldn't focus on anything. He was so zoned out that he didn't even notice that he was moving. He was following the boy somewhere. Where are we going? Rota asked. The most popular Runic shop in the city. I figure there is a good place to start looking. I also had some shopping that I needed to do. 2 birds with 1 stone, right? Yeah. So this shop sells to the Flaming Lords? Yes, I'm pretty sure this shop is the only reason the Flaming Lords are able to compete with some top-tier guilds such as the Purple Roses. Wow. Is the Runic they sell that good? Yeah, I've never seen such amazing Runic like this. People from all around Larray come to Make to get some of this. What makes this Runic so special? The person making it. About a year and a half ago, some new kid showed up in town. He's the most brilliant Runic writer Make has ever seen. He's been inventing new ways of writing Runic. Some say that he has completely revolutionized the way that people use it in their everyday lives. Make was only 1% the size that it currently is when he first arrived. Rota listened to the boy ramble on and on about how amazing this new Runic writer is. Rota smiled. This is the first time since his father died that someone had indulged him in a conversation this interesting, much less someone his own age. Just then, all of the joy of the conversation faded away as he was reminded of Moltoka. Moltoka was many things: an idiot, a drunk, and a loser. But there was one thing that Rota missed most about Moltoka: the fact that he was a kid at heart. He was the only adult willing to shout out to all of Larray that he had the best job in the whole world. Moltoka could ramble for hours about anything that he loved, especially adventuring. The boy noticed Rota's change in expression. Are you alright? He asked. Yeah, I'm fine. The two stopped walking. The boy didn't know Rota well enough to tell him to his face that he thought Rota was lying. But Rota could tell that is what he was feeling. Rota let a few awkward seconds pass before telling him the truth. Honestly, my dad died less than a week ago. I guess I'm still getting over it, that's all. I know how you feel. The boy grabbed Rota's hand and looked him in the eye. My father died 3 years back. I remember at the time feeling as if my life was out of control, and that I needed some way to hit the brakes on everything. Brakes that didn't exist. My father's guild, the Flaming Lords, offered me a chance to apprentice there. Now I'm a fully fledged member. I owe everything to that guild. I'm sorry for rambling. I guess all that I really needed to say was that I understand, and things will get better. Rota only intended to tell the boy that little bit about himself, but after hearing about the way that his story turned out, he wound up telling him everything. About the day that he waited for hours for his father to return home, how he planned to join the Purple Roses after his father returned home, how no one seemed to care about how Moltoka was now gone. Not even Moltoka's own father seemed to care. Rota told the boy everything. He poured his heart out to the only sympathetic person he could, a boy who he didn't even know the name of. Rota wished that Moltoka was a part of a guild like the Flaming Lords, a guild that cared about its members. I'm sorry. There's not much I can do to help you through this. All that I can do is tell you that the Flaming Lords would always accept someone like you. The boy took a glimpse at the glowing Runic that appeared on his bracelet. I have to get back to work now. If you ever think about joining the Flaming Lords, just tell them that Refren recommends you. And if you don't find your friend, you can always get another escort from the Flaming Lords. Refren hands Rota the map and points to a building in the distance. That is where you are headed. I hope to see you again. Refren then left. Rota turned towards the building in the distance. It seemed to be taller than the other buildings around it. Once Rota got closer, he could tell that the building was significantly taller. If the other buildings in Make City scraped the bottom of the sky, then this one pierced the heavens itself. The building was weird. It had runic letters emitting various colors of the rainbow. The letters moved up the surface of the building, spiraling until they conjoined at the top. The light coming off of the runes gave Rota a headache. I sure hope they turn those off at night, Rota thought. The building's shape itself was unusual. It was a spire, though it was so gnarled that it looked more like a long, rotting tree branch. Rota entered the shop. It was loud and bright and reeked of gunpowder. The lights on the outside looked dark as night when compared with the inside. The sounds made Rota's skin crawl, and it felt as if his clothes had suddenly become a size smaller. A fire slowly fizzing out, the crackle of a sparkler, and the sound of energy surging through the air all echoed in Rota's head. The smoke in the air filled Rota's lungs, making them feel as if they were full to the point of bursting. All of these sensations wouldn't be so bad if the whole room would just stop moving. A child ducking and weaving, making a play place of the store, a teen with no regard for safety swinging around a flaming sword, and all of the chaos that ensued because of it made the room feel as if it were spinning to Rota. How am I ever going to find Semo in a place like this? Rota thought to himself. Suddenly, Rota heard a voice, and he knew he didn't have to look. Hey, Roro.